Geography, 6th lesson, 9th standard, Man and Environment. In this lesson, we are going to see about components of environment, various features of human environment interactions, various settlement patterns, different economic activities of man, and the environmental effects of human behavior. Environment is a set of relationship between man and nature. The word environment is derived from French word environ. It means encircled or surrounded. Environment includes both living, that is biotic, and non-living, that is abiotic components. Early men depended entirely on nature for food, clothing and shelter. Now we'll see classification of environment, that is natural environment, human environment and man-made environment. These are the classification of environment. Natural environment, it means like lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere and biosphere. Human environment, it means it is interaction between the man as individual with his family, occupation and society, and also it includes education, religion, economics and politics. Third one, man-made environment. It is created by man himself for the purpose of fulfilling his needs and to make his life more convenient and easy. Man-made environment, it is created by the man for fulfilling his need in his life. For example, building, transport, park, industries, monuments, etc. Population. The Latin word populus, it means people. Population is the total number of people living together in the particular area in the particular time. Population growth. What is population growth? It means increase in the number of people who reside in the particular area in a particular time. What is census? It is the records. Information about the characteristics of population such as age, sex, literacy and occupation. Census, it means it is the record information about the people of the age, sex, literacy and occupation. Population increases and decreases when it happens. Population increases when there are more births and immigration. When population decreases, there are more deaths and emigration. Now we'll see Black Death. What is Black Death? It is estimated to have killed 30 to 60% of Europe's total population during the 14th century. During the 14th century, nearly 30 to 60% of the people have killed. Why? Because of the outbreak of plague is a kind of disease. Due to the plague disease, more people in Europe, like nearly 60 to 30 to 60% of the people have killed in the 14th century in Europe, which is called as Black Death. Population distribution. Population distribution, it means people are spread out across the earth's surface. That population distribution is also not uniform because of physical factors, historical factors and economics factors. Physical factors, it includes temperature, rainfall, soil, water, etc. Historical factors includes like war and constant invasions. Economic factors includes economic opportunities, or employment opportunities, educational institutions, manufacturing industries, trade, etc. These are the due to these factors, population distribution is not uniform. Density of population. It means population, total number of population divided by total land area. Density of population is equal to total population divided by total land area. It is divided into three main groups like high density, moderate density, low density. High density areas are like, that is countries are like East Asia, South Asia, Northwest Europe, etc. Like moderate density area like subtropical regions like Angola, Congo, Nigeria and Zambia. These are the countries are in Africa. Now areas of low density like Central Africa, Western Australia, Northern Russia, Canada, etc. Human settlements, that is, man built huts and mud houses. Slowly, settlements came into existence. A settlement generally consisted of a cluster of houses, places of worship, and a place of burial. Small settlements developed into villages, and bigger towns developed into cities. Settlements were formed in different shapes, size, and locations. There are the two types of settlements, that is rural settlements and urban settlements. Rural settlements, it means people engaged in primary activities like agriculture, forestry, mining and fishery. Then rural settlements, it means people engaged in the secondary activities, tertiary activities, quaternary activities and quaternary activities. These are called as the classification of settlements, that is rural and urban settlements. Patterns of rural settlement. There are different types of rural settlements are there, or like different patterns of rural settlements are there, like rectangular pattern, linear pattern, circular pattern, etc. We'll see one by one. That is rectangular pattern. The roads are rectangular and cut each other at right angles. Rectangular pattern settlement, it means the roads are rectangular and cut each other at right angles. Linear settlement, it means the houses are located along a road, a railway line and a river valley. Linear pattern, it means the houses are located along a road, a railway line and the river valley. Circular or semicircular pattern or circular or semicircular settlement. The pattern of settlement, this is found around the lakes, ponds and sea coast, which is called a circular or semicircular settlement or pattern. Star-shaped settlement. Star-shaped settlements. Star-shaped settlements, it means houses are spread out along the sides of roads in all directions. Triangular settlement, it means this type of the settlement develop at the side of rivers. T-shaped, Y-shaped, cross-shaped or cruciform settlements. So this type of the settlement, it means it's like a symbol of plus sign or like a Christ symbol. Cruciform settlement, it means like a plus symbol or Christ symbol of settlements. It developed on the crossroads which extend in all four directions. Nebular pattern or nebular settlement. The arrangement of road is almost circular, which ends at the central location. It is surrounded by, that is, this settlement is surrounded by mosque, church, and temples. Now we'll see about urban settlement. Urban is the term related to the cities and towns where people are primarily engaged in the non-agricultural activities like secondary activity, tertiary activity, quaternary activity and quaternary activities. The common characteristic features of an urban unit is that they are compact, congested and more or large number of population living in the urban settlement. The factors responsible for urbanization are better employment opportunities, suitable conditions for business, education, transport, etc. Classification of urban settlements. It is classified into towns, cities, metropolitan cities, mega cities, conurbation, etc. It is depending, this is the variation or divisions depending on the size and services available and functions rendered to it. Town. A town is generally larger than a village but smaller than a city. It has the population of less than 1 lakh. Example, Arakonam near Chennai. So town it means larger than a village but smaller than a city, like nearly less than 1 lakhs of the people are living in the town. Example, Arakonam near Chennai. Now come to cities. Cities are the much larger than towns and have a greater number of economic functions. The population in cities are estimated to be more than 1 lakh of the peoples. So in the city more than 1 lakhs of people are living, but in the town less than 1 lakhs of the people are living. It is much larger than the towns and more economic functions are occurring in the cities. Then example Coimbatore. For the cities example is Coimbatore. Now metropolitan cities, it is like nearly 10 lakhs to 50 lakhs of people in the living in the metropolitan cities. Example Madurai. Mega cities, more than 50 lakhs of people are living in the mega cities. Example Greater Chennai. When compared to the metropolitan cities, 10 lakhs to 50 lakhs of people are living in the metropolitan cities. But mega cities, more than 50 lakhs of people are living. Example Greater Chennai. Now conurbation, that is thickness of conurbation. It means the thickness of the people. That is the conurbation is the region comprising of a number of cities and large towns and urban areas. Example, Delhi is the conurbation area. So here cities, towns and urban areas included, that is called as conurbation. Example they given, that is Delhi. Economic activities. Economic activities, it means efforts or actions that involve in production, distribution and consumption of commodities and services at all levels within a region, that is called as economic activities. Now types of economic activities, that is primary activity, secondary activity, tertiary activities, quaternary activities and quaternary activities. We'll see about primary activities. Primary activities involve to the extraction of raw materials from the earth's surface. For example, food gathering, hunting, lumbering, fishing, cattle rearing, mining and agriculture. Primary activities, it means extractions of raw materials from the earth's surface. Secondary activities, that is secondary activities transform raw materials into finished goods. Example, iron and steel industries, automobile, manufacturing industries, etc. So in the secondary activities, the raw materials are converted into the finished goods. That is known as secondary activities. Tertiary activities, that is this type of activities do not produce goods but support the process of production. It is called as tertiary activities. Tertiary activities, it means do not produce goods but support the process of production are called tertiary activities. Example, transport, communication, banking, storage, and trade. Quaternary activities. It means in this type of activities, research and development as well as knowledges are called quaternary activities. That is, activities related to research and development as well as knowledge are called quaternary activities. Example, services like consultation, education, and banking. Culinary activities. This type of activities that focus on the creation, rearrangement, and interpretation of new and existing ideas are called culinary activities. It means this type of activities focus on the creation, rearrangement, and interpretation of new and existing ideas are called culinary activities. It includes like high levels of decision making in a society or economy. Example for this activity is senior business activities, scientists, policymakers in the government, etc. Environmental issues. Environment. What is environment? It is a basic life support systems that provides air, water, food and land to all living organisms. Some of the environmental issues are like deforestation, pollutions, urbanization, fracking. Fracking, it means extracting water from underground, waste disposal. Now we'll see what is deforestation. Deforestation, it means cutting down the trees permanently by the people to clear forest. Effects of deforestation. What are the effects occurs due to the deforestations? Due to the deforestation, many effects like flood and droughts, loss of soil fertility, air pollution, extinctions of species, global warming, etc. These are the effects occurs due to the deforestation. Conservation of forest. Why should we conserve forest? Because it is considered to be an asset to the earth or to the living beings. So we should be preserve forest or conserve forest. Now, sustainable development. What is sustainable development? It means development that meets the need of the present without damaging the nature of future generation to meet their own needs. Sustainable development, it means we have to preserve or conserve the natural things. That is called as sustainable development. Sustainable development is that meets the needs of the present without damaging the nature of future generation to meet their own needs. For sustainable development to be achieved, it is crucial to harmonize three important elements like economic growth, social aspects, and environmental protections. These elements are interconnected and are crucial for the well being of individuals and societies. Why is sustainability important? So, the overusage of natural and man-made resources affect its availability for the future generation. So, we have to take care of our planet, our resources, and our people. So, conservation and awareness are the two important terms that can be bring sustainability to our livings.